Hi, everybody. It's Brooke Ali.
And Dr. T.
We just wanted to say welcome for everybody that signed up for the Kickstart. It starts today and welcome. If you haven't done it, it's not too late. You can still go in and sign up. We'll put the link below in comments just in case you want to go in there. One thing I wanted to say is when you try a new diet, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You know, you can do, you can ease into it. You don't have to be like, follow the recipe or the meal plan verbatim. That's there for you for anybody that wants to do the challenge, like 100%. It's available, but say you want to just ease in and try breakfast this week and then bring in lunch next week. There are people that will even just cut dairy their first week. But the way that we wrote this is so that you can do it as an all-in, and that's probably, the best and easiest way to do it. But I just want you to know that it's completely up to you what you want to do.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think you need to make sure that you're good to yourself and that, if you go off track or you decide you want to change it up, that's okay. Really, the ultimate goal for this whole thing is just to get more veggies on your plate. And if you can get more veggies on your plate, that's awesome and that's a win. And we always think that the more veggies and more good foods that you put on the plate, the less room you'll have for the bad, the less healthy stuff. So just be good to yourself and be kind and don't judge. Don't be hard on yourself, because this is just dipping your toe into the water for some of you. Some of you have already done this, and this is going to be your next step. And that's great. And we're really happy to have you. Yeah. And we hope that you've accessed all your recipes and your menus and your grocery list. And I don't know, Brooke, you want to share a little bit about the self-care journal?
Oh yeah, and there's also a self-care journal in there, so you can keep track of how the food is making you feel. You may, depending on where you're started from, you may have a little detox, so you could actually feel tired and not so great in the beginning because you're just like getting all that out of your system. Or you could feel like you have just so much energy. That's how I felt. I felt like amazing. And it just also really depends on how many vegetables you normally have. It's funny because when I used to speak about this publicly, I would ask people in the audience, how many of you guys have 2 to 3 servings of vegetables a day? And I would get maybe one person in the whole room to raise their hands. And we should have like 5 to 9 a day of veggies and fruit. So if anything, like Patricia was saying, this is a great way to get that in. And then the journal, you can write in, maybe if you're trying out new vegetables and what you thought of it and different veg or fruits that you want to try. A really good trick is just to like buy 2 vegetables that you've like one fruit and one vegetable that you've never had before and try it. Yeah, and the more you eat this kind of stuff, the more your taste buds change and you actually start craving kale, that kind of thing. Like I never even ate kale before I went plant-based. Did you?
No, I didn't think you could, because it was on the plate as a decoration and I just would push it off. I'd be like, what is that stuff? No, but I think that's a good point. Just to piggyback on that a little bit also, if you're not used to eating, lentils and beans and any kind of legume, be easy on that as well. So because your system needs time to adjust, and that's your gut bacteria. Your gut bacteria are used to digesting whatever the foods that you eat most commonly now. So if you're introducing new foods, your gut bacteria will have to adapt for that. And then what happens is the bacteria that are good for digesting fruits and veggies and legumes start to increase in population. And then the other ones that are used to digesting maybe more dairy or animal products don't have as much to live on. So they start dying off. And so there's this little war that goes on in your gut for a little bit for some people. And it just causes some gas and a little bit of bloating. But if you take it gently and you drink lots and lots of water, you should be able to get through it in a couple of days. But it's not anything that's going to debilitate you.
Yeah, it's not really that huge of a deal.
And if you do take it gently, you can get through it just fine without any.
And one thing you can add is kombu, which is a seaweed. You can just cut a little bit of it and cook it in with your beans or lentils, and that helps reduce the gassiness, just so your body can get used to it if you do have a reaction.
And you may want to use canned beans for these first 20 days, because that's an easier, first of all, that's an easier cheat. And you just have to rinse the beans out of the can, because they've been cooked a little bit longer. And if you rinse them, you'll get rid of a lot more of the gassiness. So that'll help as well. Kombu, what Brooke was saying, comes in a little package, and you can usually find that in the Asian or ethnicity aisles, wherever they change up where they put that. But wherever you find Asian related foods, you'll see the little packet of seaweed and kombu. So kombu is a type of seaweed.
It's all by the nori and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
that's it. And I think that's it. I mean, we also have a video where I did a bunch of batch cooking, so you can follow along with that. So the most important thing is to be prepared in whatever way that means to you. So if prepared means you want to make a big pot of chili or soup or stew or pasta or whatever in the beginning of the week and eat that for 5 days, that's great. If you like to cook your meals every single night and you have that kind of time, that's great too. What I would suggest for most people is to prepare a bunch of healthy snacks and get them in the refrigerator, just so that and then bring those with you wherever you are, just so that it takes you to the next meal. So you don't succumb to that temptation to, oh, I don't feel like going home and cooking, I'm just going to get something quick that's not healthy. It just helps. So just throw some protein bars in your purse, or an apple, or some orange slices, or a little bit of hummus, or some dip, whatever you need.
Did you know that Taco Bell is bringing back the potato?
I just heard that last night.
I mean, if you are out and you don't have something, you can always go through Taco Bell. They do have options. Just don't get the cheese.
Yeah, I've gone to Wendy's, and Wendy's has a big potato as well that is good. So anyway, so worst comes to worst, you can do a drive-through. And I know that Starbucks now has a vegan sandwich, so that's also good to know. So anyway, so we'll be sharing, follow our Facebook page. We'll be on there all week, posting tips and tricks and cheats and hints and answering your questions when we can. And so if there is something that you're having struggles with, just let us know, just message us, and we would be more than happy to address that. But we are so happy that you're here. Yay.
And you can email me, Brooke, at wellness-20.com if you have any technical issues. And please share pictures. Let us know how it's going. Interact. This is your community as much as it is ours on Facebook. And so the more you guys get involved, the more fun it's going to be.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.